Hello viewers, had an interesting night last night. Had gone down to Hungry Jack's for a shake. My wife drove the girls down in the car, I was on the bike, so and yeah, we had our shakes, and I went to leave, put my helmet on, felt this pain. I thought, helmet's pinching me, it mustn't be sitting right. So I've given it a shake, giving it a hit, trying to shift it, and it's like, wow, this is really starting to bloody hurt. So I ripped the helmet off, and it's just like, and still had in pain. So I checked my helmet, couldn't find nothing wrong with it, and it's like, gee, this is starting to really hurt. So I was rode home, but when I got home, it's just like my head was pounding. And I went and looked in the mirror, and this great big red lined white lump, about the size of my thumb. And it was sweating. I was just in so much pain. So I ended up going to the hospital. It's still hurting now, it's just not as bad, but yeah, something bit me. Something was in my helmet. And they were asking all these weird questions like, did I see something wriggle away? And I'm like, what do you mean? He said, like a snake. And I thought, it was a helmet, I don't think a snake's going to fit in it. They asked about, did I hear a buzzing sound, was there a wasp? And it's just like, I was standing next to my bike, I didn't hear a thing. Yeah, so they put it down to possibly a wasp was in my helmet, a possible spider bite, but they couldn't do much about the spider bite without knowing what spider it was. They didn't seem concerned because they kept saying they didn't see any sweating around the wound, which is typical for a redback. Yeah, so all they told me was Panadol and Nurofen and sent me on my way. Yeah, no, it hurt. I said it's still hurting now. So I've got a headache centered on one side of my head, and not the typical front of the head, it's the side of the head. So yes, interesting. So it turns out my second injury from bike riding is a bite, an insect bite. First one, of course, is one I haven't documented, but my wife still laughs about it when I bring it up. I was cleaning my chain, and I had cloth in my hand, and I'm just spinning the wheel as I'm holding the cloth over the chain, and the cloth got caught, my hand went with the chain, and one of my fingers went between the chain and the sprocket. And for those of you who have done it, you know how much that hurts. And yeah, so I quickly got my hand out, and I was in such pain, but I held it together. I didn't yell, scream, rant and rave. My wife was in the kitchen looking out, and I've walked over, and she's like looking at me as I'm holding my hand, and she's like, what? And all I could say was, chain sprocket! Chain sprocket! And she's like looking at me going, what the hell are you on about? What's chain and sprocket? And that's all I could say. I was in so much pain, and I didn't want to scream out and yell, rant and rave and swear. But all I got was chain and sprocket. So she has to laugh about that all the time. But anyway, so hospital visit last night for a bite that they can't identify. So something crawled in my helmet. Alright, Gotta go park now and go to work to my third last day. Yippee. Right, bye for now.
Disclosure averted. Continue observation.